All right, good morning. Good morning. Today is Friday, June 21st, and it is day number 50 of Riley and I's AT thru hike attempt. Last night I was able to transfer some videos from my GoPro to my phone, and so I was able to free up another 40 minutes of storage space on my GoPro. So hopefully that should last me to Daleville. We're a little less than 50 miles to Daleville. If we have good days of hiking, we might be able to get there by Sunday evening. If not, we'll get there on Monday. I forgot to mention in yesterday's video that we hiked 0.8 of a mile after Sarver Hollow Shelter, and so a total of 15.6 miles on the day. And as I mentioned at the end of the day yesterday, this is me here, Van Gogh. As I mentioned at the end of the day yesterday, we had a rough walk after Sarver Hollow Shelter. I was hoping to stay right at the entry point, so I wouldn't have to hike the 0.4 in, but there was no space that I could see that was available for tenting. And the trail right here looks fine, but the 0.8 of a mile that we walked, it seems like such a short distance, but it was just so hard in the dark, and it was just very rugged terrain, and I just wanted to find a campsite. So we were fortunate that we found this campsite. But as I also mentioned, I sustained an injury, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm just going to show it here just for full disclosure. So it's on my my right elbow. So that's what it looks like. I got 3 little areas where the skin, I just got bruises, and this skin is kind of got tarnished, if I would say. But it's not, it wasn't actively like bleeding. It just like is red because the skin was like wiped away a little bit, so it's down close to the blood cells. But I think it's going to heal up just fine, and I have full range of motion. Like, I can definitely feel it when I extend my arm like this, but it could have been, it could have been worse. So I'm feeling optimistic about where I am now. It doesn't seem like there's anything permanent. That's a big deal. And Riley's here. Like my main concern when the deer ran away and Riley started charging after it was that something on my pack was going to snap and Riley was going to get away. And that didn't happen, fortunately. It's too bad I fell and scraped my elbow against the rock. But these types of things happen. And it's not good in the moment when it happens, but as long as it, doesn't end your hike and doesn't cause a permanent injury or something, it's just another story that I'm gonna remember in the future, and I'll look back on it in the future with a smile, just knowing that we got through it. And yeah, so today we're gonna start the day. Also, this is my pants. So I got a hole here. I think this is because I have my I keep my trowel. This is my trowel, which I use for digging cat holes. I keep it in here, and I think it like just pushed the sharp point on the trowel pushed right here and created a hole right here. And then I have a couple other holes like here, small holes here, another hole here. And that's not anything bad with the workmanship of the pants. These pants are excellent, but obviously no fabric that's made to be comfortable is going to withstand like just dragging on a rock. So I do have other pairs of these pants, and the pants are still wearable. So So it's fine. We're fine, and Riley and I are still together and safe, and my injuries should heal up. And I did get a little bruise in my leg as well, but definitely not as bad as my elbow, because I had the protection of the pants in my leg. Had I had my arm sleeve like all the way down, then that would have actually been really helpful. It would have protected my elbow. But I mean, I often keep my arm sleeves up just to keep cool, and I couldn't have predicted that whatever happened last night was going to happen. So at least we got to our campsite. I'm really dragging on now, so I'm gonna cut the video short, and we will get on with the day. We'll check in later. Bye for now. All right, blackberry season has begun. I have just yesterday started to see some blackberry bushes where there were some actually ripe blackberries, and there's still several blackberry bushes where the blackberries have a lot of work to do before getting ripe, but this is one of them where there are already beautiful ripe blackberries. And I am... Riley, hold up. I'm just gonna feast here for a little bit. This is what has the potential to take so long, because there's so many beautiful blackberries. But all right, so just wanted to show this here. Just came out on this nice view here. Gotta get through this quickly because we are exposed in the sunlight here. The sunlight is just very helpful for seeing. Very thankful, but it is obviously it's hot. But it's a very nice view here. Also got to be careful on these slanted rocks to make sure to walk slowly and keep your balance. Riley, are you okay, buddy? It's a problem when I try to walk and Riley doesn't walk. Riley, come on, man. Just taking it one step at a time today, as we do every day. So today is, I said it's Friday, June 21st. And so that means that it's the summer solstice, I believe, which I believe is also the longest day of the year, longest amount of daylight of the year in the northern hemisphere, if I understand that correctly. So from here on out, the days are going to get shorter gradually, and we'll have less and less daylight to work with, which will make the hike, I mean, it's going to be very gradual. So it's not going to be noticeable on a day-to-day basis. But once we get into like September, there's going to be a big difference in terms of how late we're able to hike. Like right now we're able to hike easily till 9 p.m. and often till like 9:30. In terms of having at least a little bit of like natural light to work with. But as we get, like, say September rolls around and we're approaching New Hampshire, it's going to be very noticeable that we cannot hike till 9 p.m. anymore without totally relying on my headlamp. I remember from previous hikes that, like specifically in 2018, that it started to get dark as I got up to like New Hampshire and Maine much earlier. Like, I remember, like, you know, around 7 o'clock, maybe even 6 o'clock, I could see the daylight starting to dim and feeling like I needed to get to a campsite before the hiking would start to become more challenging. So, just something for Riley and I to be aware of, and it's obviously gonna make doing large miles a little bit more difficult, but nothing that we can't plan around. It's nice that we're back in the shade here. All right, we'll check in later. Right, Eastern Continental Divide, 1920 Gulf of Mexico, 405 Atlantic Ocean. Hold up, buddy. All right, so Riley and I made it to Nide Shelter, which is the next shelter after Sarver Hollow Shelter. And I just walked down. This is our water source here. It's kind of a long, steep trail from the shelter. I left Riley up at the shelter with, there's another hiker up there that I was chatting with on our hike down named Chu. And so I volunteered to go fill up our water bottles. I'm filling up these 2 bags for Chu and these 4 bottles for me. So water is a precious commodity. It's been a hot one, and we're gonna take a break up at the shelter and drink up. So thankful that we have water here. Bye for now. All right, so Riley, hold up, buddy. Let's check this sign out. Hold up, Riley. Check this sign out here. All right, this says Audie Murphy Monument that way, and the AT continues to the right here. We are having ourselves a day. Riley and I and Van Gogh here. Riley, hey, we're gonna go up this way. We're gonna come back and go that way. So I will look forward to providing an update later today. But what we're doing now is we're going up to this this very short side trail leading up to something called the Audie Murphy Monument, which I have seen before on my 2018 hike, and it's worth the trip here. My guidebook says that that Audie Murphy was the most decorated American soldier of World War II. And isn't this just a beautiful monument here? There's two nice benches. Riley, hold up, buddy. Riley, hey, hold up. Riley, hey, hold up. What is this here? Hey, look. Somebody left a Pop-Tart here, a fudge Pop-Tart. All right, let's take a look at the monument here. Riley, hold up, buddy. There's another hiker that just left on the AT, which Riley wants to go chase down. Riley, hey, it's okay, buddy. Let's just spend a moment here. Yeah, so like I said, Audie Leon Murphy, June 20th, 1924 to May 28th, 1971. So lived to be about 46, 47. Born in Kingston, Texas, died near this site in an airplane crash. Hold up, watch out, right? In an airplane crash. America's most decorated veteran of World War II. He served in the European Theater 15th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Infantry Division, and earned 24 decorations, including the Medal of Honor, Legion of Merit, Distinguished Service Cross, and 3 Purple Hearts. He was survived by his wife Pamela and two sons, Terry Michael, and James Shannon. Erected in 1974 by the Veterans of Foreign Wars, Post 5311, Christiansburg, Virginia. And so people have left so many amazing, cute mementos. Here's a pin from Mountain Crossings. This is where the outfitter store at Neal Gap. Shenandoah National Park Ranger. This is a carabiner. So many different things that people think to leave. A necklace, some coins, some crosses, many flags. Franklin, North Carolina. A dog, little dog tag. Very nice. And then what's up here? Let's look up. Looks like there's a sign up here. Riley, come here, buddy. And this says, I didn't even see this, don't even remember this. Okay, it just says overlook. I see. So there's a way, there's a place that you can continue to walk to find an overlook. Hey, Riley. Okay. So this was left underneath the bench. I don't think it's a problem for me to take this. It doesn't seem like someone would have left this to be part of the memorial. So this will be like a nice treat for tonight. All right, Riley, let me get my trekking poles here. And Riley, hold up, buddy. I'm just gonna put this in my bag here in my pocket. And I'm sure it'll get crushed a little bit, but. All right, so that's a very nice monument. Just wanted to, since we're here, wanted to show it a little bit, and now we'll continue on. So as you can see by the sun is still blazing, but it's definitely getting lower in the sky. I believe we've done about 10.3 miles on the day now. And my general goal is to get up to 13 miles and do more if possible. But 13 miles at least is my general goal, because that's what we need to average in order to finish the hike. But my ultimate goal is just to be safe out here. Just to be safe. Just to stay connected with Riley. Riley, hey, let me go first, buddy. Let me go first. I know, your lifeline is the other hiker that kept hiking this way, you know he's in front. My ultimate goal, obviously, is to just be safe. Whether we finish the hike or not, we just gotta be safe. And part of that is dealing with all the heat that's out here as we go through the summer. And today was a hot one. Oh, gosh. It frustrates, and I was definitely feeling frustrated today with dealing with the heat. So we're gonna try to do at least another 2.7 miles to get up to 13. We still have enough daylight to do it. And I could just ramble on and on and on, but I'll provide an update later on with try to be more concise with my thoughts. But I think I'll be in a better mood as well later on, once we are closer to getting to our campsite. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut it now, and we'll check in later. All right, bye for now. Hope everyone's doing well. All right, so Riley and Van Gogh here. Just wanted to check in and close out the day. Yeah, today is, again, day number 50, Friday, June 21st. Riley and I are in our tent now. We were able to make it to this is my guidebook here. We were able to make it to this place here called Trout Creek, Virginia Route 620. So we're actually very close to a road and a parking area, but there's space for setting up our tents here. And I actually hiked down with one other hiker named Lifeline, and we hiked about 14.1 miles on the day, and so that puts us at approximately mile 697 according to Far Out. Today was a very hot day. It felt like it was hot like almost immediately after we started. We started a little after 9 o'clock, and we did 5.2 miles to get to the first shelter, which was Nide Shelter. And at that point, we were low on water, so I took Riley to the shelter, and there was somebody there that was able to watch him while I went down and got water. And we took a long break there, and Riley was inside the shelter in the shade, and I was inside the shelter in the shade, and it still felt really warm, even though we were in the shade. So it didn't feel like a proper break for us. It was a break, but it still felt like Riley was just getting hot. So I was concerned that we weren't going to make much progress at all after that. And after we hiked on, Riley did ask to take several breaks. And it was just very uncomfortably warm. But eventually some hikers passed us, including Lifeline, and that energized Riley to continue forward. And so we were able to do some forward hiking while the weather was still warm. And eventually, when I took the last video near the Audie Murphy Monument, the section of trail that we were on was actually a very nice section. It was very flat and grassy, very pleasant terrain, and I was actually in a really good mood that we had just gotten to some easy terrain where I felt like I was able to actually hike fast. And at that point, it was also getting cooler. So anyway, it turned into a decent day for us. My elbow is doing fine. There was a hiker named Toque, Toque, which is another word, or it is a word. It's a French word, and it means like a French style hat. Anyway, so that was his trail name. He and I were hiking together in the morning towards Nide Shelter, and he let me borrow or use some of his Neosporin to apply to my scrapes on my elbow. So that was very nice of him. One problem that I'm encountering is my feet. I seem to be developing some rashes around the heel area near the back of my foot. So I'm a little concerned about that. I tried applying some paw wax just to try it out just a little bit earlier. So I'm going to let that soak in overnight and also just let my feet air out. I'm also going to try to make sure to take off my shoes and socks whenever we stop for a break going forward to give my feet more chance to air out. And also Lifeline, who I hiked down with this evening, he let me borrow some Leuco tape, which I should be able to apply in the morning to the areas where I have rashes, and that should, in theory, prevent or reduce the amount of friction that those areas are feeling. So I'm hopeful that either of those three methods or all three of them will be helpful and reduce the discomfort that I'm feeling. I just don't want it to develop into a larger issue. So tomorrow and over the next day, we're actually going to be entering the Virginia Triple Crown area, which is where we pass through Dragon's Tooth, McAfee Knob, and the third item is Tinker Cliffs. Yeah. So first Dragon's Tooth tomorrow, then McAfee Knob, which we may get to tomorrow, and then Tinker Cliffs, which will probably be on Sunday. So, anyway, that's an update for today. Riley and I are going to get some sleep, and I would really like to try to get off to an earlier start tomorrow to hopefully take advantage of some hiking before it gets uncomfortably warm. So, we'll see how that goes, but for now, I'll say good night. Hope you're doing well, and we'll check in tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.